Hi everybody, this is Cheyenne. Welcome back to my channel. How you guys all doing? This is also Sugar with Sugar Moon. You can call me Sugar or Cheyenne depending on what you want. Shy, Sugar, you know, shy, all that. So today I am coming on here to do an astrology and energy update as always, and a little check-in with the twin flames at this current point in time. But today I'm going to make it a little bit different because I'm going to center it around self-care. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this. Usually I do updates on the twin flames and then send the messages, like love messages between one another, but I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper about how we can focus more on self-care or self-love, or ways that we can use this energy right now at this current point in time, because I'm going to go over everything that's going on right now astrologically, and there's so much, especially within this month. Hopefully I'll be able to go over them and not really miss some, but if I do, then it just means that I wasn't meant to talk about it. So keep in mind, this is also a no tools read that I like to do in the beginning. This also is a test for my intuition as well as my gifts. So I do strive for people to practice their gifts, especially without tools, but also divination and all of that, like tarot reading. It's really fun and it's a great physical representation of what I'm talking about. Okay, so go ahead and check out previous videos that I have posted. All that will be listed in the description box down below, as well as my link to my Instagram if you guys want to follow me on there. Okay, and then I also added more to my channeled playlist between the twin flames, as well as meditation, sleep, and chill playlists. So if you guys want to dive deeper and just kind of want to chillax, or you don't know where to start when it comes to meditation or music to choose from, go ahead and check out my playlist underneath there, and you can choose from the selection that I have or things that I listen to in case you guys want to relax and meditate with me. So, okay, today is really important because starting yesterday, November 1st, all the way until November 11th is the 1111 portal. So you might be seeing a lot of 111s or 1111 popping up because we are in a brand new portal. We just entered a gateway. And I've been speaking about how the twins are now entering a brand new gateway after leaving the 1010 portal. And so 1111 is this Aquarius energy. It's about old wishes coming back, and it just so happens to fall in the line of Mercury retrograde going direct today. So I hope that is right, but within this week, or when I am filming this, Mercury is going to be going direct within this month, and I feel like it's today, but that also means that Mercury's shadow period is going to be happening 2 weeks after, right? So if it is today, and Mercury does go direct today, especially in the house of Libra, I believe, yeah, I think it's Libra. It could be Libra or Scorpio. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. So the thing is that a lot of people, like, astrology moves all the time, so it's really hard to keep up, kind of, like, especially where that goes. But what I mean by shadow week, it means usually the shadowy aspects that we have not really addressed within the past are going to come back in order for us to kind of readdress or to clean out or transmute into something else. Okay, so it's about handling unfinished business at the end of the day, and a lot of people feel like they're more susceptible to the energies when it's around the shadow week period versus during the retrograde. It just depends on the person, right? I'm the type where I feel potent energies whether it's in the shadow period or whether it's in retrograde or not. I'm quite sensitive when it comes to that, which is why I talk about the planetary alignments quite often. But yeah, the 1111 portal is basically Aquarius energy, and the blue moon that we just had towards the end of the month, we're still feeling a lot of that energy right now, okay? Because and also the veil is quite thin. Yesterday was also the Day of the Dead, okay? So people who celebrated Dia de los Muertos, or people who celebrated Day of the Dead in general, shout out to them, because especially since it falls in the line where we talk about the veil being the most thinnest in order for you to seek guidance or receive guidance from spirit in some forms, or when it comes to you hearing things or seeing things that you're not really used to hearing and seeing. So around this time, a lot of people's gifts are kind of heightening, especially for those that don't really know what spirituality is, or people who don't really connect with spirits on the daily. Now, since the energy is so potent, a lot of people are kind of like questioning their belief. So it's like people are coming into their initial spiritual awakening, which is a great sign, okay? And then we have Mars, which is the representation of the divine masculine energy within us, or the divine masculines that are on the twin flame journey. It has been in the house of Aries and has been retrograde for quite some time, and it's going to be going direct around November 13th. It's good news. That means also the divine masculine energy is coming off of vacation mode and is going straight into work mode. So they've been kind of like on this past life regression type of theme going on, kind of like reassessing things in the past in order to move forward. Okay, so they're kind of clearing, doing a lot of inner clearing right now. So really send love to your divine masculines if you can. They have been in this fiery like mode for quite some time. All right, and I feel like they might be moving into the house of Taurus, I believe, on November 13th as well when it goes direct. So that is a great sign, especially for bringing earth. It's like that King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles type of vibe that I'm getting right now, grounding. We also have the new moon in Scorpio on November 15th. Okay, a lot of Scorpio, which is about that 8th house energy, you know. It's also about rebirth, transitioning, transformation, okay? And the Mercury shadow phase, I believe, ends if it is going direct within this week, then it should be going, like, it should end the shadow phase around November 17th, around that time. So there's a lot going on, okay? And then Sagittarius season goes towards the end of the month on November 21st. That will be the first day of Sagittarius season, as well as Venus, which is the representation of the divine feminine energy within us, as well as on the journey, if you are divine feminine on the twin flame journey, that will be moving into the house of Scorpio as well on November 21st. Okay, so it's a big sign. Okay, there's so much Scorpio energy a lot lately, which is about Phoenix, butterflies, transformation. It's about releasement. It also is about getting in tune with your shadow side more so, instead of rejecting things that are hidden underneath. It's more so things coming back up to the surface, okay? So it's like a lot of the hidden realms, things that are like hidden and stuff. So that's quite significant when it comes to when Venus goes into Scorpio mode. We'll be doing a lot of inner healing work or emotions revolving around how we view love within our life as well as ourselves. Basically, that's why I'm doing this whole theme of self-love, like the ways that we can focus on self-love. Like, it's great to focus on your twin flame and what they're doing in your divine masculine, because they're a part of you, okay? Because you can take insight from either or, but also I just want to know a little bit more in ways that Spirit's gonna provide us some insight on how we can move forward when it comes to our self-healing journey, okay? So Scorpio is all about getting in tune with that, especially when Venus is in Scorpio. It's about all of the things that are kind of like hidden beneath when it comes to how we view love is coming to the surface, okay? So even hidden insecurities when it comes to love, like abandonment issues, emotional trauma, when it comes to that around that point, when it comes to past loves or just love in general. A lot of the times, what we are shown is not real, true, unconditional love. It is just a conditional love that a lot of us deal with, especially if you are on the twin flame journey. You would know if you've dealt with many karmic people or karmic soulmates on this journey, as well as those that are here to propel you into union as well. So like karmic soulmates are basically, people give karmic soulmates a bad rap, but I feel like karmic soulmates are necessary in order for growth, okay? So it doesn't mean that all karmics are bad or should be associated negatively. It's what Spirit is saying. Not all karmics are negative or energetic vampires. There are those that are, okay? But I'm talking about the ones that not aware of their actions more so, okay? Or the impact of their actions. They're kind of just doing things how Spirit wanted to guide them. So if people are just acting out of character a little bit, Spirit is saying, within this month, or people kind of just projecting a little bit of their insecurities onto you within this month, don't take it too personally, because it is more of a reflection of them, not towards you, okay? So wish them love if needed, or remove your energy if you feel like you need to protect yourself of some sort. I'm also seeing a bunch of crows everywhere, so there could be some symbolism when it comes to crows and kind of being around, like kind of being aware of your surroundings is what Spirit is saying. And full moon in Gemini, which is the big energy, is November 29th and 30th, around that time, and that will also be the lunar eclipse. I did mention of the lunar eclipse coming around this season, and the eclipse season, which is also another eclipse, is happening in December, I believe. So eclipse is all about eclipsing things out of your life, removing fully and finally. So it's like that final act or movement of things moving forward, especially when it falls in the line of a full moon. Okay, it makes it quite more potent, because full moon is already about releasing, okay? And then when you add a lunar eclipse on top of it, it's like double the amount of that energy, okay? And it's in Gemini right now, so this is all about third house energy is what Spirit is saying. So 333 is what I'm seeing, as well as it's a representation for the twins, so Gemini. It also represents 1111, I'm seeing as well. At the end of the month, we will be having a significant wave of new energy coming through, and just letting you know that anything that is leaving your life is necessary in order for you to move forward in your life, and it will hurt. And the thing is that people usually associate loss with pain, and sometimes that is the case, but Spirit is saying that when we learn to respond rather than react to the things that are being taken from us, we're able to see from a different perspective of love rather than fear or feeling like we're being punished for something. Okay, because that's something that a lot of people relate to, is that when you feel like things are being taken away from you, you feel like you're being punished by the universe, or that Spirit is punishing you for something wrong, when really it's not. Okay, Spirit is just letting you know right now is that this thing had to be removed in order to create space. Okay, so it's kind of like Scorpio energy. When you're holding on to something that's too much like in the closet or like within your inner temple, your body, Spirit's saying we're removing that in certain ways, where getting that energy out of you so that new energy and new connections can come through. So it's very important. All right, so you could be like releasing through tears is what Spirit is saying. I'm feeling a lot of Cancer energy right now. And then something with Spirit wants to just throw this in, okay? I've been seeing this theme with astrology, and it's coming up in many different channeled music and songs and everywhere I go, and just sometimes it'll come up in readings, but it's something about stars colliding, and it always just says stars colliding, when two stars will boom, right? And usually when that happens, it creates a, what would we call it, a brand new star. And I feel like the two stars that are coming together to collide are the twin flames. You guys are both stars, and I talked about that quite a bit within this channel, and I've also used some channeled music or songs, so if you want to check that out, that's in the comment box below if you want to know what I'm talking about. But something to do with stars colliding to the point where it creates this type of explosion, but this explosion is the union. Spirit is saying it's like this this explosion is like this union. You would think it's not, but it's when two stars collide and it goes boom. And it's like the same concept of when the divine masculine, divine feminine, when they cross paths or they're within their energetic field. Oh my gosh, I felt my throat chakra go out for a second there. Like I felt nervous. Oh my goodness. So when divine feminine and divine masculine come together, it's like this surge of energy. It's like an explosion. It's like that effect that you see in movies where there's nothing else in the world but you two. It's everything's going off, the fireworks are going off in the background, the chemistry's lit, like, you know, you just feel like all sorts of things, and you just feel home is what Spirit is saying. It's like a sense of feeling like after being out of a long time, like at war, basically. I don't want to use war as an example, but it feels like that, like especially when you're doing a lot of inner healing work. You feel like you were off at war fighting yourself, basically, or fighting the inner demons within you. And when you are coming to inner union with your masculine or feminine, it's this sense of completion or feeling like you are whole or coming home to yourself of some sort. Or it could mean physically, if you guys are coming into union physically, okay? But we have to remember that Spirit says the first step to self-healing and self-love is recognizing that we are whole, and that it is a bonus to have your twin flame representation outside of you, but it's not necessary and it's not needed. Does that make sense? You are both. You're both masculine and you're both feminine, so you are whole, okay? You are already in union. It's just that the person outside of you is a representation of that energy within you, okay? So that's why Spirit is stressing so much about the very importance of self-love. And then when you focus on self-love, it actually not only helps the journey along, it helps you at the end of the day, because really that's what's important, is you finding yourself, really, because spirituality really is a personal type of journey. It's not more so something that everybody, it just fits one mold. Spirituality is what you make it. It's molded. It's something that it is molded especially and special for you, okay? So Spirit is saying that what I deem as spirituality is different for you, because you may think that spirituality is something different, all right? Okay, so it's a personal journey more so, and Spirit is saying that the focus on you and, you know, finding power and love within yourself and security and safety within yourself is probably one of the most important parts of this journey, okay? And it's something that you will be taking with you, not only within this lifetime, but also many lifetimes when you start learning that process, because it's part of your soul growth, right? So things that you learn in this lifetime, if you believe this, if you believe in past lives or reincarnation of some sort, if not, then disregard it. But it's just more so like when the things that you are learning in this lifetime, you're taking with you to the next, or taking with you when you go into the spirit realm, because not everybody reincarnates, right? So yeah, so it's just something to do with that, Spirit is saying. So spirit animals that I want to point out that Spirit has been giving me is owls. Now, owls have been a big theme for high priestess energy, as well as clear knowing or coming into clarity. And if you haven't seen my pick a pile reading for blue moon, go ahead and check that out, because that's all about finding clarity within and how important that is right now during this season. A lot of energy from that owl seen from a higher perspective, okay, and as well as messengers for Spirit. So something that's heading towards you, whether it's information, whether it's secrets that were hidden underneath. Now, everybody assumes that secrets hidden are bad. No, it could mean that someone has secret feelings for you, like someone who has been in love with you for 7 or 8 years, right? And I'm just an example. 7 or 8 years, but they never told you until now, okay? Because the energy is so potent. It like propels them to want to tell you. Or it can mean stuff like, oh, I've been hiding this secret surprise for you, but you're over here thinking the automatic worst of what it is, but I'm hiding something like that's good for you, you know? It's like what Spirit is saying. So time to change that perspective is what Spirit is saying. I've been seeing a lot of eagles as well. Okay, eagles have been a big sign. It's a spirit animal for my family. Okay, so it's again about the perspective thing, as well as this journey is highly protected. Okay, so if you are worried about that this journey is not protected, that you feel like karmic energy outside of you is just creating chaos or whatever, karmic doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a place or a thing or a certain mindset. Whatever distractions that you feel like right now is going out, Spirit is letting you know, see from a different perspective, fly above the storm, okay? Don't involve or take things or personally insert yourself too much into certain situations, okay, that are just meant there to be a distraction, okay? So Spirit is saying don't fall for the illusions is what Spirit is saying, okay? So any illusions that are thrown at you within your path, whether it's you feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough for this, or fuck this, like like this is not good when really it is, you know, it's like about really Spirit saying we're gonna be testing your intuition around this time. And if you don't know what intuition is, it just means that you're gaining more of a sense of clarity of what that is, like what that means to you, your inner gut, your inner heart, your moral compass, you know, those types of things. What I've been seeing is also bunnies. Bunnies represent fertility as well as passed on loved ones, I feel, that are helping and coming in. But I also feel like bunnies are a good luck, wealth, prosperity type of totem. Okay, I'm also seeing elephants as well, another thing for a passed on loved one. And elephants represent strength as well as soft power, okay? It's about claiming your power, but not in a more forceful, aggressive way, okay? It's more so, you know you're powerful, but you don't need to be boastful about it. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. So elephants are very kind and humble in that aspect. And they also represent family dynamics, okay? So anything issues imbalance within the family dynamics within your life are balancing out. You're finding clarity within family situations, family drama from the past, or even now, if depending on what you're going through. But a sense of clarity or foundation wise when it comes to family building and structure. And I'm also seeing that remember, like if you connect with the deity or the god, all right, I don't know why I blanked out. Ganesh, okay, so God Ganesh, all right? So if you guys connect with Ganesh or any form of Hinduism of that sort, then the elephant Hindu god is coming through as Ganesh in order to help remove obstacles that are in your way or in this way of the journey. Symbolism and signs that I've been receiving are ships. Okay, so I talked about Titanic or the importance of Titanic, maybe the dynamic that you had with your twin flame in the past or past lives were similar to the Titanic. Or it could mean that you guys have some form of past life that is associated with something traumatic or something that has to do with ships or boats or water. Okay, it could represent that. It could also represent something coming into port or something that is leaving port. Okay. Mind you, everybody gives credit to just Titanic, but there are other ships or ocean liners out there that also met similar fates, but not talked about widely as Titanic, because, you know, Hollywood got a hold of it. But but there's like other sisters that the White Star Line company had, and like the Britannic or the Olympic. The Olympic got scratched, so, but the Britannic, though, there was some things going on with that. Okay. But there was this other boats that just met their fate when it comes to similar to Titanic. Okay, it's just that Titanic is widely known as this romantic esque when it comes to this tragedy. Okay, and Rose and Jack were just a representation of soulmates that had to let go of something, let go of the old life in order to find one another. Because if Jack did not gamble his ticket, okay, if Jack didn't gamble his ticket away or wanted to go onto the Titanic, he wouldn't have met his soulmate, which is Rose. All right, so he had to give up his old life, so he took a chance, basically. And Rose was someone that felt trapped by her conditions, trapped by her karmic situations, which was family, as well as going to be married off into an abusive man, someone that she didn't marry. She just felt like a bird trapped in a cage. She didn't feel free. She just felt like she wasn't herself, or that she couldn't be herself, right? But Jack ended up seeing the real her, or could see through her facade or her mask that she wears, especially with the elite. And she's not just this rich girl who just has problems. No. He didn't judge her for that. It was more so he seen her as a person, more so than rather than a woman first and foremost. And Spirit is saying that he's seen her soul first before his body could even touch hers. Ooh. So that gave me chills. So that makes sense, because he was staring at her from the afar, right? And she noticed, right? But it was like a look of, I see you, I know you. It's a recognition. So there's something to do with that, is what Spirit is saying with the ship. Okay. And then a big theme right now is the heart chakra being activated between both of you guys, because you guys both share the heart. So the heart chakra is opening. There's a door opening. Keys that were handed out from Spirit to each and one of us. Okay, so each person had experienced or handed out or received a certain key, especially the Divine Feminine Collective. I feel more so. These keys are different. Now, these keys, all of them can benefit you. You can open different doorways if you want to, but I feel like Spirit is saying the types of keys that we're handing out right now is specific to your part of the journey, okay? So the type of keys that I was handed out, and it's also in the form of an affirmation. So it's something that Spirit's been guiding me to say out loud, or just to write out loud, or not out loud, just write down as a form of intention wise. Okay, so the keys that was handed to my journey, or me, was the keys of love, the keys of forgiveness, and the keys of learning to accept what was. Okay, so I've been handed 3 keys of that sort, and you may think that, oh, those are easy keys to just go and turn the door. No, these keys are something that I feel like people, depending on what you want to do with it, Spirit is saying to open the door to allow this new beginnings in. Of course not, but also Spirit is saying that each person, depending on the journey, you can use the key or not. All right. But for me personally, it's the 3 keys. One of the 3 keys that I've been handed is learning forgiveness, accepting the past for what it was and letting that go, and learning to forgive myself for things that I did not know. That's the first thing, is that forgiveness. Okay, so forgiveness is a big theme when it comes to this journey. Okay, and not a lot of people like to hear that, but forgiveness for yourself first and foremost is the most important thing. Okay, when you forgive yourself, essentially you're forgiving your twin, but it also helps to move forward, move on. Okay, you don't have to forget the incident, you don't have to forget it, but it is there, it did happen. Okay, so it's about acknowledging the hurt and pain, feeling those emotions and then releasing them, okay? And then also the love factor, like I'm getting a key of love, which is I'm talking about today about self-love. What is true love to you? What does love really mean to you? What was taught to you about love? Did someone teach you the wrong things about love, or did someone show you what unconditional love truly is, you know? Those types of things. So we're finding clarity within that. Spirit told me to read out some affirmations that you can take with you, and you can repeat it to yourself, whether you're doing mirror work, or you can write them out for yourself as well in little notes that you can carry around with you. But affirmation works have been a big theme, and since people don't really know what affirmations are, it depends on, you can tweak it to yourself, but these are the ones that Spirit said to point out or say for yourself if you're interested in doing that. The 3 keys that I said earlier was I am acceptance, I am forgiveness, I am love, I am clarity, I am peace, I am abundant in all things, mind, body, and soul, I am higher perspective, I am that I am tranquility, I am grounded firmly and build stable foundations. Whatever it is that you feel guided to repeat for yourself, you can tweak it however you want, but those are the ones that Spirit said that, you know, overall the theme for this month. And if you guys are watching and coming with me to the tarot reading part of this, then kudos, okay? But I'm also gonna be, much love guys, peace to you. If you're guys coming with me to the tarot reading, go ahead and go with me on there if you feel guided to learn more about self-love for your journey, or guidance within your journey. If not, and this is something you just kind of come by to see the little bit more of the update for astrological events and stuff, then kudos to you, much love. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in my next video.